Born Before 64 is a TV show that asks the vital question, what will we do for the rest of our lives? Kathryn Raaker hosts a show for baby boomers and above, inviting real people to tell real stories about overcoming issues, about facing with courage and triumph the significant obstacles many of us face every day. So let's join Kathryn Raaker for Born Before 64.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Born Before 64. We are on location at the Country Lodge at Sablesong Farm in Brooksville, Kentucky. And we're with Tina McGraw, a licensed massage therapist who actually works with Carolyn Boatman here at the Country Lodge at Sablesong Farm.
I do.
Tell me a little bit about how you ever got involved as a massage therapist, and how did you, from the beginning, like we talked with Carolyn about, how did you start? Where did you,
Do you
where
really
you from?
want? Do you really
Yes, I
want
really
to know
want to know all of it. I want to know everything about you. Go right ahead.
Well, the massage therapy story, how I got started in that is I'm a runaway from rock and roll. I played bass guitar in rock and roll bands.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Awesome, girl.
I know.
Whatever.
I'm admitting
I
this.
love it. I love it. Go ahead.
And so I was playing bass guitar, and it's heavy, and it started wearing out my shoulder.
Really?
And luckily, I had a doctor at the time who said, "Why don't you try massage therapy?" So, and this was quite a while ago.
Right.
Massage wasn't nearly as popular then. And when I went to get the massage, I realized, man, I'm really interested in the gentleman who was doing it said, "You're fascinated with this. Maybe you should go to school." So I did.
You did. And how long ago was that?
26 years ago.
You still love it, don't you?
I do still love it. I love it enough that I teach people. So that's, I teach at Cincinnati School of Medical Massage. So.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah. And now you're there every day?
No, I'm there only 2 days a week. The other days I am in my office and do private client work.
Oh, that's beautiful. Where's your office at?
In Northern Kentucky, Buttermilk Pike.
Oh, wow. So you're close, girl.
Yeah, I am. I also do some work with the Healing Space in Wyoming area of
that's beautiful.
Cincinnati.
You know, it's funny because, you know, after going and living overseas, I learned all these different modalities, and I came back and everybody looked at me like I was crazy, especially for Reiki or energy healing. And I hear you do energy healing.
I do energy healing.
Let's talk about that for a minute, if you don't mind. For people that don't know what energy healing is, would you like to explain it?
Wow.
That's right.
Well, everything is energy, correct?
So if I touched you, I found out that if I put my hand over you, the energy actually from my hand goes into yours,
It does.
correct?
It does go into my energy field. There's a light magnetic charge in our hands.
Right.
Yes. And so we're using that all the time to affect the energy field of those around us.
People call me the Energizer Bunny.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I've noticed, and I'd really like to eventually, doesn't matter how old you are, right, the way I look at it, I'd like to do energy healing. For the simple reason that I have so much heat
Yes, you do.
in my body that when I touch people sometimes, they've wondered why I haven't done Reiki. So it's never too late, is it?
It's never too late. And learning Reiki is actually a wonderful thing for anyone to do.
Right.
You know, a weekend class, and then you really have a good grounding and education in how to help people by using your, well, you're not using your own energy, you're using the energy of the universe.
That's right.
So it's a wonderful way to channel that through us and help another human being.
Well, you know, I had a wonderful experience, Tisha, that when I lived in New Jersey, I actually had a wonderful energy healer who's passed away. And he actually used to do it on the phone.
Yes.
And I learned actually through his video and his book, and I started doing it to myself, on myself. And it's amazing how if you really believe in it, okay, which it's from God, the way I look at it. It's a talent that you just make better.
We're born with this
You're born with
sense of intuition. Healers are who we are. Well, massage therapists are generally healers.
That's true.
Not always. But those of us who are healers tend to look at healing in all the spiritual traditions. So shamanism, for instance, which we
Right.
talked a little bit about earlier, falls under that heading. So being able to do healing work can come to us from a lot of different places.
What is shamanism?
Well, it would basically be the native traditions of healing for any culture. So we
Okay.
tend to think of shamans as being medicine people, the
From
medicine
the
man,
Indian, do you have an Indian culture in your background?
I do.
You do, and
I
tell me which Indian culture it is.
I'm Choctaw.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
You can see the high cheekbones. No, but it's amazing. I love the American Indian culture, and I've worked with a lot of different people that have. Even my nieces are Indian. They have in Cherokee in their background, and I mean, I really believe that the American Indian is such a special person, a special culture that we need to learn more about.
And I think with shamanism, it's natural to all cultures. We just, being in the West, being in the United States, this American Indian is what we know. But all cultures have forms of shamanism. For instance, if you look at the Irish culture, because I also have
Irish
Scots-Irish
blood,
yeah,
right?
Irish roots.
I do too.
So therefore, you're looking at, for instance, the fairy realm.
Right.
And all of the places that can take us. All of the more earth-based spiritualities
Right.
lean into shamanism. So shamanism is the ability to look at nature, right, and to see what's there. Maybe plants would talk to you and tell you what medicine they hold. Maybe the animals have wisdom to share. Those sorts of things.
We just don't know that until we really experience it. Is that correct? You teach courses here
I do.
at the Country Lodge at Save-A-Thong Farm. Tell me what you do when you come to the course. Talk a little bit about it.
Well, basically people would have an opportunity to relax first, number one, right? We've got to slow down and develop our listening skills somewhat. So we get people slowed down, we get them paying attention to what they're seeing in nature, and give them the opportunity to just feel their way through what's here, what's really here, and what am I actually hearing and feeling and perceiving. So a chance to open up, a chance to really be your authentic self, whatever that may be.
Do we hide behind our faces?
We hide behind a lot of things.
Right.
So it's an opportunity to get more real, an opportunity to calm down a whole lot, and just really enjoy what things used to be like before they were so fast-paced.
Right. We need to take a short break, and we'll be right back. How can people get a hold of you?
Well, I don't have a website, sorry.
Oh, that's all right. So, your phone number?
Oh, they can certainly email me. Yeah,
At your email, which would be?
Yeah, I'm just Tina McGraw at Gmail.
Tina McGraw at gmail.com. We'll be right back on Born Before 64.